All right, this is part 3 of the 4-part video series around how to create and maintain mental fortitude. So in the last video, we touched on at the very end this idea, this concept of you are formidable, and therefore any outcome you can handle. And that is basically the topic of this video. You don't need to be chasing outcomes. You don't need to be worried about how things are or are not going to pan out, because you are formidable. And your whole life story is proof of that. Because you're here and you've overcome so much. And you couldn't have done that without internal strength, without being formidable. And so it does not actually matter how things pan out. You don't ever have to really worry about the outcome of anything. You don't have to worry if your job is going to last. You don't have to worry if the income's going to keep coming in. You don't have to worry if anything, right? You don't have to worry about what is going on in the world, in the political landscape. Obviously, it's good to be cognizant of all of these things and to be an engaged participant in the world. But at the end of the day, your energy, your formidability is always going to get you through. So no matter what is happening external to you, you will always be able to handle it. No matter what is happening external to you, you can make your dream come true. You can go after it. You can will things into existence. So don't fear the outcome. Don't fear what could or couldn't happen. Don't fear what somebody might or might not say. Sometimes whenever we're trying to build formidable, mental fortitude, we work on our confidence, and we know every time before when I worked on that and then I went out in the world, somebody came up and they kind of squashed it and I had to rebuild it, which again is okay, because every time it gets squashed, we rebuild it stronger, we rebuild it even stronger and stronger and stronger. So all that's fine. But sometimes we might have this tendency to want to avoid. We want to avoid people who might squash that. We want to avoid maybe reading something or listening to something that might have something that could affect our mentality. And the thing is that once you build mental fortitude, it doesn't really matter what beliefs you take on external, because that is temporary. You have built mental fortitude. If you suddenly start believing something that you don't want to believe, you can just switch it like you've done before, like you've done to get to where you are now. So there is really nothing out there to worry about or to fear. And certainly any outcome you want, you can will. Of course, you do want to be open about what form different things take, but in terms of everything that you desire internally, you are formidable. You can handle anything that comes your way. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here, and I will catch you in part 4 of this 4-part video series around building your mental fortitude. And if in the meantime you would like to work with me more closely, I do have some courses below in the description box, links to those, and then also I will be opening up readings soon. All right, I'll catch you in the next video.